In just 1 week, you can head down to historic Hampton Park and walk for autism. The walk is held in April to celebrate Autism Awareness Month. Now, here to tell us more about this year's walk is Jillian Cohn, and you're very close to this cause because you have a child who has autism.
I do. I have an eight-and-a-half-year-old son, Axel, who was diagnosed shortly before his second birthday.
And for people who don't know about autism, what are some of the challenges for children that come along with it?
Particularly for us, I mean, every person is just different, and autism spectrum disorders affect them differently. Communication difficulties have been really the challenge. Understanding language, speaking to where people can understand him. There are also a lot of sensory issues whereby it's hard for him to go out in public and sometimes process things that you and I may not even find a challenge.
Right. Things can be they can process it differently and be a little more overwhelming than maybe for other people.
Totally.
Yeah.
We've gone through the experience of having, quite a lot of tantrums in public places. But as he's getting older and with therapies and programs like Charleston Walk for Autism, he's doing really well.
So I know this walk is hoping to raise awareness within the community, but also for other parents who have children with autism to kind of come together and talk.
Certainly. We've been participating, my family, with the Charleston Walk for Autism since Axel was 3 years old, so it's been about 5 years. But the one thing I'll say is if you're new to the Charleston area, it's a great place to kind of meet up and see the resources that are available. There are a number of therapy providers, individuals from the Disabilities Board, and it's also really nice. This is the part that I get emotional about. For instance, I've met a number of families for years who every year we get together in this place, and it's a safe space, and we celebrate the successes of our children as they grow and they change and they acquire new skills. And so for that, it's just really, it's more or less our annual picnic and walk. So.
And as you mentioned, some of those sensory issues can be a problem, so I'm sure this walk takes that into account so you can bring your children out who have some of those issues.
Certainly. Well, there are a lot of activities for children with autism. There are therapy dogs, there are jump castles, face painting, there are complimentary haircuts and being provided by Great Clips. In the world of many children and parents of the autism spectrum, haircuts are so challenging. So to have a place whereby they're donating haircuts and giving parents like myself who now cut their children's hair tips. It's a good thing.
Cool. So many resources, and so tell us quickly when and where we can find the walk if we want to participate.
Charleston Walk for Autism, it is at Hampton Park next Saturday, April 28th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I'm excited this year I'll be performing. I've got a jazz duo, and I'll be performing alongside my next door neighbor. So that will be fun. It'll make the walk feel different than it ever has.
That's awesome. Definitely a fun experience, and our very own Carolyn Murray is going to be the MC of that event, so make sure you go out and say hi to her as well. We'll post all the information online at countont2.com. Chrissy?